Hey there, folks. I'm Joe Crawford of artlung.com. Pretty much every day I go to CSSBattle.dev, do the daily target, and record myself doing it. That's what I'm going to do right now. We got shapes. Oh, we got shapes. Shapes. Two gradients and a border radius on the nested template. Is that how I want to do this? Maybe. How few things can we do? By the way, somebody commented that I forgot the border shape. No, I didn't forget. I just don't. I do what I do. Like, if you don't like it, please go away. This is not for everyone, and nothing should be. That's just fine. I do. I remember what I remember and like what I like, and do the things that come to me in the order they come in. That's the whole point. That is fun for me. All right, let's do a border radius. And I think it's what, 2 inches? 1 inch? Ooh, that's so close. Oh, it's close. Probably 50 pixels, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. There it is. So that's part one. Part two is what? Oh, is it just two more gradients? Or is it three? Oh, it might be three. That's disappointing. Do I not want to do it that way? Let's start with the conic gradient. Yeah. Is that how I want to do it? I don't know. Let's do the conic gradient first. Conic gradient, which is what? Transparent, 75%, 75%. And then this light green. And then we do what? At 80 pixels, I think. Or thereabouts, something like that. Put it in the upper corner with a 0, 0. Give it a width and a height, 100 pixels, 100 pixels. It's not quite right. Let's get it right. How about it's at 90? Yeah, at 90. And then the width is 110, 110. That's fine. The issue is the circles, of course, which I was thinking one gradient, and the trick there is that we need two of them, and they are not symmetrical. They don't repeat in a regular way. That's a little bit of a bummer if we're going to do the things the way we're going to do them. So let's put it in a variable. W, YW, I don't know. I don't know why I do any of these things. It's just for fun. Radial gradient, 1Q, a dark color, 20 pixels. It's probably 15. That's okay. Let it slide. We'll see it. We'll see it work or not, right? A lot of what's valuable about these videos is just try stuff. Like, don't get stuck. Don't get stuck. Like, you'll see when I have the most trouble, it'll be like I overthink it, right? Like whoa, what will I do? You really got to try things because even, there's no perfection. So there's 55, 55. And we do 55, 55 as the background position. And then what is it? Minus 55, minus 55. And that does it. So there's our two circles. Are there other choices? Of course there are. Why wouldn't there be more choices? CSS has so much in it. So much in it, including the border shape that some folks enjoy. I'm not a fan. It doesn't have the support that I would like, which is also part of what's valuable to me, right? I want to be able to use these in actual projects and have them work on all the browsers that people use. That's my goal. So there are folks who really like WebKit Box Reflect. That's a great tool. It's a very clever tool. It's a very smart tool. Can I use it in production? Nope. Not for my purposes. You can. That's great. Great for you. You do you. I don't need to hear about it. You go make a web page and just tell the world about it. I don't need to know. It's all good. Am I in a cranky mood? I might be in a little cranky mood. Yeah, I might be a little cranky. Maybe I'll work on that. Let's minify and unit replace. Remove the last two characters, resubmit, and that's a final answer. Do we want to do another way? Kind of not really. Not really. You could do it as 4 elements. That would be another choice. You could do it with flex. You could use grid. Grid tends to be, well, let's do it with grid. Why wouldn't we do it with grid? Well, mostly we wouldn't do it with grid because the syntax is so verbose, right? Like we need a height and width on everything. And I think we know what it's 90. So width of 90 and height of 90 of each element. Width, height, 90, 90. Right. Okay. And then we're going to need to set some margins, probably. Let's set that background color. Set that background color. Did we do it? Did we set it? Oh, because I didn't do the margin yet. Let's get that right. All right. And then we put a background color of the default. And get rid of pink, the default things. Okay. We need 4 of them. 4. And what happens when we do display grid? What happens? Display grid. Not a lot. Now things did shift. You saw things shift, right? That grid context, I believe, is sorting out what's happened here. Well, we have a default columns of 1 FR, right? And what we want is grid template columns. And already we see that's a lot of characters for code golf, right? We're trying to play code golf here. We're trying to get the fewest characters, and grid template columns is that's a lot of characters. It's not very good. Additionally, the paragraph tag comes with some default margins, which make things a little bit squirrely and not really appropriate. You see that gap between them, not terrific, which means we need to do other kinds of things and do different stuff. So let's make it work. Let's make it work. All right, so we need some margins. Let's do 2050 and increase these numbers. So just keep tweaking the numbers. And again, a lot of code, these challenges are, let's just tweak these until things work a little bit. So you'll notice that there is some space between these guys. Why is that? It's trying to create an even space. There are some defaults to grid. If I do gap 0, is that what happens there? No, I don't think that's it. So I want a gap. So I want a gap in this. And there are no negative gaps, which is a bummer. But I do 20 pixels? Or is it 10 pixels? Or is it 15 pixels? 20 pixels. And then I'm obliged to put a margin of 0 to make things work properly, right? So grid is trying to optimize for the element itself. Like how tall is it? And let's put those grids and have them be even. Like I've said, the columns are this. I could also do grid template rows, which is even more code. They're not really great. So now that we've got a gap and unset the margins on the paragraph element. Now let's try some other numbers here. 40, 50, and that's almost perfect. So then what? Well, I guess we need to decide on a background, and we need to decide what we're going to do to make these special, right? So let's put attributes on all these. So the only two that are identical are the first and the fourth. And we could also use something like nth child or other things like that. But so B and B are the ones that we want. So we'll do AA, BB, A. And I think that's going to give us adequate adequate tools for this. And actually, you know what? If I remove the A, I just need B. So the B ones are the weird ones. So these curved guys. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So let's do a radial gradient as that background. And we'll do transparent, or we'll do it as a variable. Var color or transparent. And because it's a square, I don't think we need to do a var cube, but we will need to set a 0 there. So if I do what did we say? 15 pixels? I need to set a 0 there. So now we have 2 of them work. So for B, what's different about the B ones? B, well, that color, we need to fill it in. So let's fill it in, right? So setting that C to be the same color as the background makes that work. A nice technique. Yeah. And then we need what? We need a radial. We could also completely clobber that radial gradient or make other alterations to it. But I think that the way that I have it, it's probably better to do a border radius. And I think we need 0, 50 pixels, 0, 0. And can I do 100? Will it work? Yes. Oh, almost. How about 110? How about 90, 91, 92, 93, 94? Can I get there? Maybe not. Oh, 100, 100. No, I can't. I cannot get there, can I? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do what? Clip path circle. So circle gets me that. But I think I can put that at circle 0, 100%. Circle, comma, 100%. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, 0. Is it what, at? That kind of, well, that gave me nothing. It gave me nothing. Okay. So there's my circle. Circle at 10 pixels is giving me a size of that circle. So what do I need? What, a 180, 180? This is what's fun about this. Doing it new ways. I think what this is telling me is that this is more hassle than it's worth. I want to do a clip path that is larger than the element. And apparently I can't do that. Or I don't know the syntax. I guess I can go look that up by looking at MDN, the circle CSS function. Circle, 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 circle. So circle, so what would it be? It would be, I think it's 180 pixels at minus 90 pixels, minus 90 pixels. This is how we learn, by failing. How about 50? How about, let's try some other numbers and see if we can get it. 50. Circle. How about 100% at 20? 30. Let's make that negative. Nope. How about 1? There we go. There we go. 0. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6. A lot of how we learn is by failing. I really like this. 7, 8, 9. Okay, and now let's make that 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Is it 100? So 100% at 0, 90 pixels. Oh, almost. Oh, almost. So that's really interesting, right? Like we get the same failure. So what am I doing wrong? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, ho, ho, ho. 100. Oh, almost. Oh, killing me. You're killing me. Well, let's do the second one. While we're thinking about that, let's do a rotate on the second one. Rotate 180 degrees. So now we have a symmetrical problem, which is so close. It's just so close. Oh, it's so close. I want this to work, but I'm not sure I can make it work. 1 pixel, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's not working. What if I call that 180 pixels? Is that the same thing? No, that's not working, is it? How about also says left bottom? No, that's not right. That's not right. Oh, is this what we're left bottom? And let's do that, what, 50% number? 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Oh, you see that problem? You can see the edge. Oh, I hate it. I hate it. It's bumming me out. Because it's so close, right? That is frustrating. I think what that means is, what does that mean? I'll be researching this more in future. This is how we learn by failing. I think because we were determined, we had to use the border radius, which is just a slightly different than a generalized circle, I guess. What if we did ellipse? Oh, no, ellipse is not doing it. How about an ellipse at? Nope, that's not doing it either. Position 1. So the syntax is syntax radial size at position, and that's it. So the radial size. So, oh, there's 90 pixels, and that's the same thing. So I think what we're learning is that curve is not a perfect circle. That's the feedback that we're getting from the puzzle because it's just got a little bit of extra edge. So I think. So let's not. Or no, that's not true. That's not it at all. Is it? All right. So let's make it a radial gradient. So we'll say radial gradient. No, background. Radial gradient at 0, 100%, 100%. Sorry, this video is so long. I'm sure that I'm being punished for being cranky about things. That will teach me to be cranky or not to be cranky. 90. That's fascinating, right? I love that. I feel like this is a lesson in many ways. 90, 89, 88, 87, 86. Yeah, you see that way that contorts when I make it do that? That's remarkable. That's really remarkable. I really find that really fascinating. I think what this means is that this is a failed experiment. So yes, it's close, but look at all that code. Not appropriate for code golf. I really want to learn about the circle syntax and how I can use it more And why is it that that behaves so differently? All right. I'm trying to adjust my mood. Sorry if you watched this. Sorry if you were offended. Didn't mean it. I'll be back. Have a good day. Bye.